Hello, my fantastic audience. I can see all packed over here. How many of you want to be successful? Can I have an answer from there? Yes? Okay. So I think had I asked you how many of you do not want to be successful, it would have been a pin drop silence. Right. Success is something that we all desire, and perhaps that is why the reason of having this. We have desired about success in the past, you desire it, and I'm pretty sure the future generation will also want success. Everybody wants success. What is changing is the context of success. Having a house, having a car, having a degree was there, okay, but you belong to the internet era. So success for you is not physical world. Success for you is likes on your videos, your Instagram likes, social world, virtual world. You want yourself to be recognized. How many of you are being engaged by? What is your engagement rate over there on the social world? These are the things that you aspire of. And let's talk about this. Online worlds, social networks. When I talk about success, I will say that is purely personalized. Again on online world, somebody wants fame, somebody wants money. I want monetization out of my feeds, isn't it? Somebody wants more influence, somebody wants to create an impact on the society. Perfectly all right. Success would be different for each one of you. So what I'll talk about here is how can you develop strategies to be successful. You've all heard about various words about, influence and viral trends and things floating over there. Yes, I agree. But you have to develop your own innovative strategy in order to be successful in the online world. So whatever I'm talking of today will be with regard to social networks, your virtual world, the world in which most of you live. I mean, I think it is most of the time you're absorbed over there only. I will not say it's good or bad, but you want a higher success rate over here. So let's see, where can I find a solution for that? Now, when I want a solution for anything, when you want a solution to anything, where do you go? You come to your classroom. Maybe you ask your teacher, maybe you ask your peer group. And I would say the best teacher in this entire world is nothing but Mother Nature. So here I'm going to share some of the innovative strategies that you can adopt. See, everybody has been working towards improving their online network, worth of that. But how do you see nature and make yourself more successful? And why do I bring about this kind of similarity between a social network and between what I say as the Mother Nature? Both of them are vast, both of them are complex. Nature is evolving, social networks is evolving. You have latest trends, you have latest technologies. Both of them work on communication, feedback, adaptation. So there's a lot of similarity. The context, the medium might be changing, but the thing remains the same. So we can learn a lot from social networks. Like you can see, has anybody observed this? I'm very fond of going near to the places of nature and just observing. Now this is one phenomenon which I'm sure most of you must have observed, and that is the droplet on the lotus leaf. That remains as it is. In most of the places the water drops. Why not on a lotus leaf? Somebody tried to understand the strategy behind it, the chemical bonding behind it, and develop what we call as the waterproof paint, which is there everywhere on your walls today. So those are innovators, those are the people. So let's see what are the words that you can think of in your social networks. There's a huge lot of networks. You all want influence maximization, you all want community support, you all want yourself to be secure from any kind of social predators. You all want to sustain. You don't want a short life on social networks. So communication, feedback, these are some of the things. We'll take some of them over here. The first thing that I'll take over here is collaboration. Your teachers have been telling you work in collaboration. You also ask for collaboration because you want, projects would be made easier if we collaborate together and work. We believe in the power of collaboration on social networks also. So try and formulate collaborative networks. But where do we learn from? We learn from honeybees. How many of you have seen a beehive? Almost all of you. Have you ever realized that beehive is not the output of the work done by one bee? They work in collaboration with each other and they create that beautiful structure. Each of the structure in a beehive is a hexagon and it's very clean, mind you. They believe a lot in hygiene over here. Any dead bee is immediately removed. There are various kind of bees, worker bees, drone bees, but there is so much of synchronization amongst those bees. We need to learn from them. You know how the bees work? They go to there are what we call as scout bees. Know what is the work of scout bees? They go to various places in order to search for food. Once they reach to a particular food place, they will go over there and dance, which is called as the waggle dance, which is nothing but drawing an 8 kind of a structure. They flap their wings over there. Now that dance is to signal to their fellow bees that I have found a food resource. Now since it's not one scout bee, there are many of them. So each one of them, many of them are sending their signals. Now how do we decide which food resource we are going to make a beehive on? So what they do is they do a voting process. There is a voting. Voting is not only on WhatsApp. Voting is by bees also. They do vote and whichever bee gets the highest number of votes over there, the beehive is formed over there. This is what you want in your social networks. Don't you want your voice to reach to many? You want to make a maximum influence, so you will have to flap your wings over there. You will have to give an attractiveness quotient over there that I am going to be a possible influencer. Come over here and that is going to amplify your reach. So for genuine collaboration and for connection, invest time in genuine relationships. Don't say that I want to connect with people but I don't find they are trustworthy. See, you have to build your own network, your own community. And that community will be based only on genuine relationships, trustworthy. And again, they should have a common goal. In front of you is a picture where you can see trees. But my motive is not to make you see the trees. My motive is to make you see the underground network of, you will find their roots, but they are mycorrhizal fungi. This fungi basically provides nourishment. It connects various trees together. There's an invisible connection down the earth which is helping in sharing resources amongst tree. And in forest ecosystem, this is called as tree talk. Trees talk with each other. Build your own community where you talk with each other. You can communicate various tips and resources. And you will not be the first one to do it. You know the Airbnb system that has been built upon connectivity. What happened starting initially? There were various hotels and traditional hotels chains that did not want others to come in. Then Airbnb thought of a beautiful solution. Anybody who has a place to offer, they will connect you with guests. Hosts and guests connected together. The initial resistance was taken down upon. Beautiful tips of resources, knowledge sharing was done over there. So build communities, and Rome is not built in one day. So invisible connections over here will help you, but I'm not saying only invisible, visible connections also. So build on connectivity and don't say that I'll gain immediately. You will not gain immediately, but you will have a cluster of people with you who think on the same pattern. How will it help you? They are thinking on the same pattern. They will allow your influence to get maximized. Another thing that we can learn from. See, a digital system, as I said, is continuously evolving. Content is getting changed every now and then. To share a story, not a story, actually is a real life thing. You're all, I think, using Zomato. right? How did it start off? Anybody, any idea? Zomato started off as a company called Foodie Bay, and that company was not a delivery app, it was a recommendation portal and restaurant listening. In fact, the founder did just a quick scan of menus and that is how he started off. Then they saw the market and they saw that there is no food delivery service over there. So they evolved it further and they said, we'll deliver food. The evolution did not stop over there. You're not supposed to be stagnant. What they did later on was, during the lockdown, they realized users or their audience are not getting any access to groceries. So they moved over to Zomato Market, where they are providing groceries and other things. So the idea is you have to keep making your content, tailor your content as per what the audience needs. Netflix also did the same thing. It started off as a rental service, moved over to being a streaming platform. And now do you realize what is happening? Content is being tailor-made for Netflix. It's gaining that much of business. So what started off as this, because they realized that you're going to tap into the latest trends. So if you're going to build your network over there, don't stay stagnant. Adapt yourself, evolve yourself. Adaptation brings out to cactus. Everybody sees this. Why I'm bringing out over here is, I want you all to be observant about your nature, learn from them. Cacti, simple cacti, what do? They conserve water, they conserve resources. But have you seen, there are variety of cacti, each according to the natural ecosystem where they belong to. So you have a tall cacti, you have a short cacti, depending upon how much they want to save themselves from the predator and how much of resource they want to. So what you do is optimize the strength of your platform. If you are on LinkedIn, you are professional network. Have your content according to LinkedIn. I don't say don't show your creativity. For creativity, go in for maybe Insta, TikTok, whatever you want to. But have your content accordingly. And that has been done by people, but you have to design your own strategy for that. For example, it is an example which I think all of you have seen it, but you don't realize, and that is the movie industry. The movie industry, initially all movies were for movie theaters only, but then they realized OTT is getting a lot of identification over there. So what they did, special movies were designed or marketed on streaming platforms, and the production houses which were making only movies started developing or publishing the content only for web over here. And when I talk of movie industry, I cannot finish the speech before saying about the main legend, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. You know he's an icon. You know he's got a distinct style and a distinct voice of his own. He doesn't need to go beyond that. But you know what he's doing? He's still evolving himself. And he's there on all the social media platforms. And if you look at his platforms, he shares different personal feedback on Twitter. Just see the trend he's following. On Twitter, it is a different personal insight, some kind of stories. But if he is into some celebratory mode or he wants to share some visuals, he goes on to Instagram. So a person like him, who's coming from a traditional film background, has evolved himself in order to sustain and to reach better heights. He's already on to the highest place over. This is one typical example. So how do we do? You all say that, okay, these are examples people have followed. How can we do that? You can do that by just seeing around. You know what is this? The green, the black thing over here? Velcro, precisely. That's a Velcro. You use it every day. And how was it developed? Somebody was taking a walk and saw this particular plant over there in which the spikes get fitted into another spikes. He was unable to remove it from his clothes. And he thought, what is this? What is this doing? And an innovation was done of that of Velcro. You don't know the name of the founder of Velcro, but that innovation has helped. So use innovative strategy. Another innovative strategy, which I hope you all can recognize, this is the bullet train of Japan. And what is this based upon? The kingfisher. And why kingfisher? Because when a kingfisher jumps into water in order to catch its prey, the beak of kingfisher helps it. It goes straight into without making any noise. And that was the fundamental for a bullet train. Don't make any noise, but go at a high speed. So this was formulated, and in fact many other innovations have been done. I will just share a small innovation in software industry, which is my work. We worked on fireflies. So just a glimpse of that. We worked on fireflies. Now what are fireflies? They are small, beautiful insects. You see them at night and you will see, wow, what a beautiful light they are emitting. That light is coming from the bottom of their abdomen, which is a chemical reaction, bioluminescence. And you know that is for a small time. And you see so many fireflies around. They're all, it appears they're all individuals, but they're all moving in a synchronized manner, communicating to each other via their light. The attractiveness quotient is via their light. So what they do is they emit that light, and this attractiveness is also for mating purposes. So they emit that light and they attract others. Now be that light when you're on social networks. Have that kind of an attractiveness over here, and what we did was we used that attractiveness part for we applied the Firefly algorithm for viral marketing in e-commerce. You all are aware of marketing, so we applied this viral marketing concept, wherein we say that if we give a particular product at a discounted rate or maybe at a freebie to one person, and that person influences 3, who influences 9, this is a very small ratio, you know, on social networks this becomes much, much bigger. So at a discounted price, we are able to promote the particular product to a wider circle, and that can be seen over here. If you see, if I promote the product to a person in the blue, I am reaching out only to 4 people in this network. But if I promote a product to the person in green over here, I am reaching out to more number of people. So I am in fact covering the entire network. So what we did was we applied the Firefly algorithm and we promoted the right product to the right user. So applying a particular strategy at the right place is what nature tells us. So develop community, develop your all these things and move ahead, so that you, and in any case, success you will find, in case of science especially, you will find that it is when you reach to the inner and inner realms of nature. So thank you for that. Thank you for that.